Before I get into this commentary, I have to give a shout out to two people. First, Town Biz, because he was the first person I saw actually do a video about this. This is actually how I found out about this. And me and Town, we stay in like a constant communication with each other. And when I had saw that he had did a video about this and I had left a comment, he had actually sent me a text of this image right here. So y'all can thank Town Biz for providing this image to y'all that I posted on my community tab. And I also have to give a shout out to Jay Barrett, who is one of my subscribers. I'm sure some of y'all or a lot of y'all have seen him in my chat. And if you're in Discord, he's in there as well. And he's a moderator on my channel. And he was the one that said, Taurean, you should do a video about this because Lamestream Media is definitely not going to highlight this. At first, I wasn't going to do a video. I was just going to leave it as it is, post it on my community tab, post it onto my Twitter account and on my Instagram page and just let that be that. But then when he told me that, I said, you know what? I think I will speak about this because Lamestream Media is not going to talk about it. And if they are, they're going to half-ass it or they're going to minimize it because of everything that's going on with Kyrie Irving right now as it stands. And I have to give a huge shout out to Kyrie Irving. This is probably one of the most cold things I have seen a black athlete do in a very, very, very long time. And what makes it so great and awesome is the fact that Kyrie Irving is going through so much right now with them folks and them co-colonizing cohorts that he could have easily not have done this. He could have easily let this bypass him and not have donated a thing. But he went into his accounts and pulled out $65,000 to donate to Shanquella Robinson's family's GoFundMe account. As you can see right here, this man made not one, but two donations within an hour of each other. He made a $50,000 one and a $15,000 donation when he didn't even have to. He does not know this family from a can of paint. But the story actually must have touched him in some type of way that he felt he had to donate to this family. And what's so crazy is when I saw the GoFundMe initially, the goal was nowhere near met when the GoFundMe was originally posted. It wasn't even at $10,000 yet. But his donation really sent it over. It got them even closer to their goal because at the time of me recording the video, and it might have met the goal by now, by the time this video goes up, it was at $113,493 of a $125,000 goal. And his donation helped get it to that point. He's probably the largest donor to this GoFundMe account. For a woman and a family, he has no clue who they are. I'm sure they were shocked when they went and checked the GoFundMe account and saw a $65,000 donation and the name Kyrie Irving above both of those donations. They probably was like, whoa, like, am I dreaming right now? Like the Kyrie Irving did this? And whoever got a hold of it first screenshotted it and posted it, and it went viral because now it's everywhere. I saw it on a few like of those blog postings. I saw it. I'm sure some other people have done videos talking about it as well. Shout out to them for helping to spread the word about what this man did. And he did it out of the kindness of his heart. He did not go and what's the word I'm looking for? Get an ego boost from saying, hey, I'm my name is Kyrie Irving and I donated $65,000 to Shanquella Robinson's family. What did you do? He didn't do that. It's almost like he was a silent donor, but people found out it was him anyway because it's a public forum. Now on GoFundMe, you can remain anonymous, but he chose not to. They probably asked him, Kyrie, do you want to be anonymous? And he was probably like, no, let him know that it was me that did it. And what's even more interesting is that the people who have had so much stuff to say about Kyrie Irving for the last couple of weeks, whether it be Charles Barkley or Shaq calling him an idiot, and them folks, of course, leading the charge, I bet you not one of them, not one, donated a dime, let alone a penny, to Shanquella Robinson's family GoFundMe account. I bet they didn't. They can say all this stuff about Kyrie Irving and whatnot, but they didn't do what he did. This is the part where we have to make them eat their words. Charles Barkley wouldn't donate to this. Shaq wouldn't donate to this. Shannon Sharp wouldn't donate to this. Joe Tsai wouldn't donate to this. Adam Silver wouldn't donate to this. And all other people who critique this man for whatever reason would not donate either. Now, if their names happen to pop up out of nowhere, we'll know why they did it. A guilty conscience kicked in, and at that point, it's like, okay, thank you, but you're still a piece of shit. We know why you did it, and it wasn't out of the kindness of your heart. For you, that would be just seen as a charitable donation that you can write off on your taxes at the end of the year. But definitely a huge shout out to Kyrie Irving for donating to this young lady's family. By the way, I'm recording this on November 19, 2022. Today was her funeral. In case y'all were unaware, today was Shanquella Robinson's funeral. I don't know any details about it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was a huge turnout because they made it very public about where the funeral was going to be held at. So if people wanted to come and pay their respects, even if they didn't know who she was or even her family, they were allowed to. But I'm almost certain that it probably did have a big turnout, which means there was a lot of love and respect in the air and in the atmosphere for this young woman, because she definitely did not deserve what happened to her. She should still very much be here alive and at home with her family and running her business and doing her thing at a young, ripe age of 25. I think that's what makes it even more sad, is because she's so young. She was only 25. She was at a quarter century, which is a milestone age. And she was already so successful in a very young age. And for her to be taken out like that, chills. It gives you chills. And all we can do is, hope that what happens to the people, that they deserve and get whatever it is that's coming to them tenfold. Also, another reason this is so dope is that even though the funeral could very well be could have been paid for from other donors before Kyrie Irving gave his donation, because as you can see, it says that there's over 1,300 people who have donated. Well, he's like the 1,300 plus donor, which means there were plenty of other people that donated before him. Say that the funeral and any type of burial arrangements were taken care of from other donors. That's still money that's left over that the family is going to have to utilize as far as attorney fees. And, because this most likely will end up turning into a high profile case because of the traction that it has received, that's going to cost money that the family may not have been able to push or put out like that. Attorneys cost a lot of money. So the money that Kyrie donated could go towards that and possibly even help start a foundation in Shanquella Robinson's memory, because a lot of times when stuff like this can happen, a lot of families will start foundations in the names of their loved ones. So that can go to that as well. So when you take all of that into consideration, Kyrie Irving covered a lot of ground with these two donations right here. These are 2 5-figure, almost 6-figure donations that he did not have to do. And that's just, it's astounding. I'm actually amazed that this video is as long as it is, even though it's about 10 minutes, considering that I could have just said what I wanted to say about this in about 5 minutes or less. But it's just so much that you can put into this and go on and on about how great this man actually is. One thing that I've learned, or I heard over the last couple of years, especially when it came to Colin Kaepernick, and I believe it was Jason Black that said it, where what Colin Kaepernick did will be remembered more so than what he did on the football field. And I'm going to say this about Kyrie. What he's doing right now will be remembered more than what whatever he did in all the minutes and seconds he played on a basketball court. This, what he's doing right now, is his legacy. But again, huge shout out to Kyrie Irving. He didn't have to do this, but we're glad that he did. Thanks for setting the example. Maybe your other fellow NBA teammates can follow suit and do it because they want to, not because it'll make them look good in the public eye.